Do you want to live a wealthy life and have something to give back to your family and friends? In today's episode, I'm going to share with you the life lessons that I've learned after working with multimillionaires and how it's going to change your life forever. Hey, it's Isaiah, your success consultant. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how successful people manage their lives totally different than everybody else. So if you're serious about your success, I want you to subscribe to this channel right now because I'm going to be giving you a lot more videos on how to be able to create wealth ownership, how to have multiple streams of income, as well as other discussions about investing. So if you saw my last video, I talked to you all about how to be able to live your life to the fullest while having a great career. And a lot of the gems that I shared with you in that video was based upon lessons that I learned from millionaires that we're going to talk about today. So if you haven't checked out that video, I highly recommend it, but let's get into today's topic. So the number one thing that I have learned from working with different millionaires over the years, and let me give you guys a reason why I'm having this video. Some of you guys may know me as the guy that paid off $95,000 in student loan debt 2 years after college. I set up a YouTube channel, I paid off a lot of student loan debt, and I was working with people all over the world as far as me finally becoming debt free. That was kind of a gift and a curse all at the same time, because what happened was I found myself now in a situation where my finances were looking better than ever, and I really didn't have too many people in my network that had accomplished similar goals. No disrespect. But what I'm saying is I found myself between a rock and a hard place because now I had to go out and find people to show me the next steps on what I should do with my income. And so what I did was I spent a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of effort, a lot of money finding millionaires all over the world. A lot of the people that you're watching online today, whether it's Ty Lopez, whether it's Tony Robbins, maybe some of you guys have heard of Jim Rohn. I've worked with all types of millionaires, and some of these guys like Jim Rohn, obviously I've checked out a lot of their informations and learnings. I've taken it all in, and I've learned so much along the way. And since your success is important to me, because we're not going to get ahead unless we look out for ourselves, I want to share with you those top things. Millionaires are learning machines. That's the first thing I want you to take down. Millionaires are learning machines. If you want to be successful in life, you have to become a learning machine. So I don't know if you've ever heard the saying that if you go into a rich man's house, you'll see a big library. If you go into a poor man's house, you're going to see a big TV. And I think a lot of that is true because people that are very successful, they are lifelong learners. See, a lot of us got hit with the okie doke when we were growing up and in college, that you go to school, you get good grades, and you're just going to have this college degree and you're going to go out and kill it. That's a myth. You're not going to just go to college and that's the last time that you're going to have to learn in life, the last time you're going to have to read in life, and you know everything for the next 40, 50, 60 years that you're going to be on earth. College doesn't teach you everything. And so what I want you to understand is if you want to be very successful, you have to become a lifelong learner. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to your lifelong learning, you got to remember the fact this is the information age. So he who has the most information wins. You got to be able to take in information. Think about your phone. A lot of y'all got iPhone, you got Android, you got all these different types of devices, and you always want the best phone. Why do you want the best phone? Because it has the best software, the best hardware, and every single computer is modeled around the human brain. So for a lot of y'all, you're still operating off of a Windows 95 mindset because you might not have been to school since 95. You might not have been to school since 2000, 2005, 2010, and your information is outdated. Your mind is stale. Why do you keep a good phone? So that way you could have downloaded the best update. So that's what you need to do when it comes to your learning. You got to be able to download the best information on the planet. You have to be willing to constantly learn. You have to be a lifelong learner. Would you just go to the gym one time at 20 years old and think that you're still about to be swole at 50? No. You're going to be working out consistently from day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year. So likewise, you want to be able to have your brain be diesel. You don't want to just be diesel with a six-pack, and you're looking swole and buff outwardly. You want to be hard-bodied inwardly as well. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about putting yourself on a schedule where you're always trying to learn. Learn more about your craft than anybody else. Learn more about your life than anybody else. You got to be able to examine yourself. Don't just go through life on a whim. Don't just be like everybody else who's graduating from college and they feel like, oh, I don't have to learn nothing else, because guess what? That means you don't stand out from the pack. If you want to be able to make top dollar, if you want to be able to be at the top of your game, you have to be unstumpable when it comes to everything that you know. And that's things that I've learned from Millionaires personally. I've been over Millionaires' house. I've seen the way that they do things. So when I'm sharing this information with you, I'm showing you the things that they did. I'm showing you how they go about approaching life. A lot of times, people will go to seminars. They'll buy tons and tons of books. They're always trying to find what they need to know so that way they can stay ahead of the curve, right? Because when you just think about it, everybody's trying to win. Everybody's trying to get ahead. So you got to keep learning so that way you can stay competitive. The second thing, people that are very successful in life are very intense and they solve big problems. Every single successful person that I know is extremely intense about what they do. Because have you noticed that most average people have a very passive view on life? They just take life as it comes. Okay, if today's a good day, then all right, cool. If today's a bad day, all right, cool. If I'm not doing anything today, cool. If I'm doing something today, cool. There's no rhyme or reason or no focus behind, here's a goal, here's the steps, here's a plan, here's how I'm putting it into action, here's what I'm doing. When you look at anybody, if you look at Jay-Z, he's very intense about what he does. He doesn't just make one good album. He doesn't just make one hit record. He makes record after record after record after record. Jay is one of the oldest dudes in hip hop. Why? Because he's so intense about what he does. He's not just satisfied with being okay. He's always trying to make his next move his best move. And that's how you got to be able to treat life. Life is going to be so challenging and it's going to throw so many blows at you. If you're not giving it all you got, especially as a black man, you're bound to take an L. Because I don't know where you come from, but where I come from, I've been taught that if you want to be successful in life, you got to be 10 times better than everybody else just to make it. So you got to understand that successful people are extremely intense. And you know one thing? And I'm going to hit you with something very serious. The reason why most people are so lazy and blasé about life is because they haven't found something to be that passionate about as of yet. That's why they pass so much time chatting with other people. That's why they spend so much time gossiping. That's why they spend so much time checking their news feed, looking at what everybody else is doing, and not spending enough time focusing on what they need to be doing to have a great life. You gotta find something that makes you so fired up. You're getting out of bed every single day and you're saying, how do I go and attack the day? See, y'all don't understand. There's real meaning to life. I know you've been getting wore out and whipped at the plantation that you don't want to work at all day to the point where you're like, you know what? Yeah, I'll get up and, you're tired and you're sluggish. Yeah, you know what? I'll put on clothes. Yeah, I'll get stuck in traffic. But a lot of that is mental. Mentally, you're drained because you're not operating in your vision. You're not operating in your focus. You're not living out your dreams. So you got to be able to find something that you're passionate enough about to get so intense, people can't help but to see your greatness. If you look at Floyd Mayweather, extremely intense. Floyd, he trains easily at least 12 hours a day when he's gearing up for a fight. I can pull up videos on Floyd right now if I'm going on YouTube, and he'll watch a movie at midnight, and after the movie is over at midnight, he's going out on the street running 5, 6, 7 miles right in the middle of the night. That's very intense. He's willing to do the things that other people are not willing to do. Why? Because he's found a passion. He's found something that he can go all in about, and he's very intense. So I want you to separate yourself from the pack. When everybody else is just taking life as it comes and going through the motions, have intensity about what you do. Have passion, have fire. The same way that you're fired up when you see things happen in society, the same way you're fired up about other things, be fired up about your success. And lastly, the third thing when it comes to people that are multimillionaires, life lessons learned. I've learned that every successful multimillionaire operates in the now. They operate today to get ready for tomorrow. Now, I know that might sound a little cliche and you're like, okay, you ain't saying nothing deep. I didn't heard this all before. But I want you to understand one really important distinction here. Most of us don't operate at that level because we're always so used to procrastinating. We'll always say, you know what? I got an idea, but you don't start on that idea today, do you? You say, I have an idea. Okay, I'll do that tomorrow. And then what happens? Tomorrow comes, you get distracted, life gets in the way, and then you say, well, you know what? Things didn't work out. I'll do that tomorrow. And then you keep saying, I'll do tomorrow so much. Tomorrow keeps coming, and for whatever reason, you're not working. You're not following after your dream. It all becomes one big idea. And sometimes when you have an idea that you're not working on, you find yourself cutting on the TV, cutting on social media, and you watch somebody else live out the vision that God gave to you, but you were slouching on it. So I want you to understand that what millionaires do, very successful people in worldly sense, what they do is they gear themselves up for anything that they want to accomplish tomorrow. They start on it today. And it doesn't matter how small of a task or a job they do today, as long as they have gotten started. So I'm gonna give you a prime example. Let's say right now that you're saying you want to start a business, but you say, well, you know what? I can't start a business right now because I don't have the money. I don't have this, I don't have that. Forget all of that. What successful people do is they start at the tiniest level, so that way when the money comes, the business is all ready to receive the funding. When the opportunity comes, when the door comes, you're already ready to walk through it. And that's the difference, because a lot of times for us in life, you carry a mindset, whether you say it or not, you carry a mindset about yourself where you wait for the opportunity and the door to show up. Then you will say, oh, wait a minute, you know what? Wait a minute, opportunity, let me go and get ready. But opportunity don't work like that. The way the opportunity works is when a door is open to you, that's when you got to be ready to walk in it. And if you're not ready to walk in at that time, a lot of times opportunities will pass you by. So I want you to be able to retrain yourself. I want you to be able to take in the life lessons the way that I did. I was like, man, okay, I could put that off till tomorrow, no big deal. But it is a big deal, because every single time you tell yourself that you're going to do something and you don't do it, you end up convincing yourself that you don't deserve success. You end up in your mind. It don't even matter if you tell other people something different. Your mind does not trust you when you don't live up to your dreams and your visions. So what ends up happening is you talk your way out of success. You think your way out of success. And as a man thinketh, so is he. So what I want you to do is I want you to focus on these 3 points. I want you to focus on the importance of being a lifelong learner. Whether you're reading books, whether you're going to seminars, whatever it is that you got to do to find the answers, you got to find them. And it's not just finding one answer, it's answers around the clock. That's the reason why you have to be intense, which is number 2. You have to be intense enough to solve a big problem. Not just little tiny stuff, not just everyday average. You got to be able to solve big problems to get big results, because to whom much is given, much is required. Getting a little biblical on you all today. Lastly, thirdly, what you want to be able to do is you want to be able to look at your life and you want to be able to say, if I have a goal, if I have a dream, if I have a vision, I start on that vision today. And it doesn't matter how big or how small, I'm working on it right now. If you want to lose 20 pounds, get started on it today. Don't put it off till tomorrow, because mentally you have to put yourself in now mode, because there's really no such thing as tomorrow. So lastly, what I want to be able to tell you is that I need you to subscribe to this channel. This is something that you should have already done by now, because there's so many videos that's showing you about how to be successful from A to Z. If you've missed those other videos because you've not been following me, you're missing out on the different steps for you to be able to get success. And it's like I always tell y'all, you're not going to get this from everywhere. School ain't going to teach you this. Other communities ain't going to teach you this. Your boss is not going to teach you this. The best way for you to be able to grow as a black man is to be able to learn from a black man that's been going through your steps. I know the grind. I've been there. We come from the same place. So I want you to subscribe and stay tuned to these videos, because I want to see you successful. I want you to leave me a comment below, and I want you to tell me about how you're going to change your life now that you found out these different life lessons that I've received after working with multimillionaires. This is not about me. This is about you. I've gotten what I'm going to get from it. I need you to get what you need to get from it. Tell me how your life is going to change after you apply just one of these life lessons. And in the next video, I'm going to show you the importance of having mentors and how to find the right mentors to help you become as successful as possible. I love y'all. Take care. Stay blessed. I'm going to see you in the next video.